Morning, besties. I woke up with an idea, so we're gonna do it. I want to dye some fiber with only one color and try to make it tonal. You know me, I can never work with just one color, but I'm going to force myself to work with one color and make it as pretty as I can. And just because I'm already like forcing myself to do something I don't normally do, I'm going to use my favorite color right now, which is periwinkle. I'm obsessed. I've got fiber soaking, I've got water boiling, I've got a pan ready, so let's get to it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make an all over pastel bath. So I'm going to grab my periwinkle. I think I'll start, this one was a fairly light color, so I think I'm going to start with, no, I'm going to start with 1/8 of a teaspoon, and we'll see where that gets us. And we'll go from there. I don't want to add too much too fast because I want to leave myself room to add. We'll start with like just a light base, and then we can just add in little bits of darker colors, little bits and streaks, and have some fun with it and see what we can do to make one color more interesting. And of course we have to have our coffee. All right, water is warm. I'll just move this over here so you can see a little more clearly. So we'll just add a little bit of water first to get the color all blended in. Oh, I need my towels. One for the shoulder, one for the counter. All right. Now we're going to top this up. We'll leave just enough for our next dye baths. All right, so here's our first bath. It's going to need more water. Maybe 1/8 was too much. We're going to add some more water. I think once we add the fiber, this is going to fade out quite a bit. All right. Let me give this a mix. I love this periwinkle. It is gorgeous. Oh, I forgot to add some. No, I'm not going to add any citric acid yet. I have fiber soaking in the sink, so I'm going to pull that out now. And then try to find an end. There we go. And we'll just start dropping this in. This is just some of my BFL that I have because I have lots of roving, so I shouldn't have squeezed it. Now I got it all crumpled up and messy. Push this over. Okay, there we go. There's our base. That's going to give it that all over periwinkle tone. Okay, I think I will add citric acid, and I'll get my oven warming up. Get that warmed up to 400. And we will add about a quarter cup of citric acid. In about 4 cups of water. Okay, now I want to get this base set first, so I'm going to pop this in the oven, and we will start there, and we will add on after that. So I'm going to get this in the oven probably for, the water's not very warm, so at least 20 minutes, and I will be back. Timer's about to go off, so I'll shut that off. And we'll pull the pan out of the oven. And see if it got hot enough. Ooh, yep, she's steamy. All right, so this is our base color. Looks like it's pretty much, yep, dye bath is exhausted. So, next I am going to mix up a strong batch of dye. I'm going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon again. But this time we're going to put it in different spots. And I'm only going to add 1 cup of water. So here's our new dye bath. And we can already see that the way the dye took is already tonal. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and just sprinkle it. Just go splattering over it. Oops, that was a lot. A little bit up there. A little bit over here. May have made too much, but oh well. We're still gonna use it. We're gonna put this in the corners. There. All right. I kind of like this. We got just the splattering color. So we're going to pop it in the oven again. It's hot now, so it'll probably only take 10 minutes. And then we'll see how the dye is absorbing. And if we need to, we can add more citric acid, or we can put it in for more time. So, back in a bit. Let's see how it's looking. Wait. Ouch. Hot. Ooh. There's some pinks in here. Oh, and the dye bath has exhausted. Now I suspect the underside is going to be, yep, just that light periwinkle. So this is what we got. I'm kind of happy with this, even though we only used one color. We got lots of tones. We have some pinks where the color broke out. We have the light periwinkle, and then we have this darker blue color. This is kind of fun. Okay, I'm going to let this cool a bit, give it a wash, and put it out to dry, and then we're going to spin some to see how it looks when it's made up into a yarn. So I don't need my oven anymore. I'll shut that off. This is kind of cool. I'm kind of impressed with how this is turning out. All right, I'm going to let that cool, get it washed, and I will be back when it's dried and we will spin up a sample. We're out in the sunshine now, so you can really see all the tones of that roving. It is a bit more splotchy than I had wanted, but once I spin it, that won't matter. It's supposed to be fairly warm today, so hopefully it'll dry pretty quick and we can get to spinning. I'm so excited. So it's the perfect drying day and it's all dry. So you can see how with just that one color, just using one dye, we got all these variations in color, and it's very pale on this side. So we're going to spin some of this up and do a quick chain ply, and we're going to see how it looks when it's dyed up. So I'm not going to do the whole braid right now. I'm just going to do a quick sampling so I can get the video edited and uploaded before I start my full week of work. There we go. We're going to spin that. So here's the piece we're going to spin up close. And you can see how some of the color broke, and we got those bits of pink in there, and we've got the light periwinkle and the darker blue. All right, let's spin it up and see how it looks. 1 second. So here's the finished yarn. You can see the tones of it. There's some pinky tones here, and the deeper blues, and then the lighter blues. So I'm going to do a quick sample with this. I'll do a crochet knit sample, but rather than put it onto the skein winder, then ball it up, then use it, I'm just going to work right off of the bobbin. So let me get my tools and get set up, and we will stitch up a sample. All right, so I have a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook and 4 millimeter knitting needles. And I'm just going to take the tension off. I'm just going to pull it right off of my bobbin and get working on a sample. Now there's still a lot of active twist in this, so you can see how it's like going crazy, but that's all right. If I had steam set it, it wouldn't be doing that, and we would be fine. But I'm just doing the sample up for the video, so it is not a concern of mine. All right, I'm going to put you on time lapse while I work this up, and we'll come back and examine the sample and see how it looks. So it's the next day. I went to take a bath and never got back to finishing this video. So here's our swatch. And you can see that the color came out. It is tonal, but it's more blotchy than I wanted. It looks less blotchy in the knit sample. It does seem to spread it out a little more and just make it more tonal. But that's not really what I was going for. So I'm going to have to experiment with this again, and I think I'll start by adding the dark colors and then just let what's left over kind of trickle over the rest maybe. I don't know. We're going to try it again at some point, but for now, this is the results of that first experiment. I'm not unhappy with it. I think it looks nice. It's just not what I was going for. So I'm going to try again. But for now, that's it for today. So thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to get it edited and uploaded before I start my full week of work. 9 to 5. Oh, oof. I'm so not used to that. Anyways, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.